All right, well, let's see you hit some shots here. We got you all lined up a 15-yard shot. What's your thought process? How do you go through it when you want to hit a shot like this tight?
Right. Well, obviously, I'm going to pick not only the club, but the trajectory I want. And you can change trajectories one of two ways, through club choice, obviously, or through setup. A lot of people do it wrong because they say, well, I'm going to hit a low shot, and I'm going to push my hands forward like that. But that ruins the way the club interacts with the turf. That sharpens the leading edge. It takes the bounce off the club. So you got to be careful about making the club interact poorly with the ground, because if you hit a little bit behind the ball with a sharp leading edge, you're just going to chunk it chili dip. So in my, the finesse solution that I provide is one that creates bounce on the club at contact. So if you happen to hit a little bit behind it, you hit a little bit of a drop kick. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're in our start of our motion, we're going to use that finesse sequence, that opposite sequence. So full swing, you use your body, and that creates a little bit of a down cock, a lag, and a whip. In a short game shot, we're just going to let the club fall. It's going to fall faster in the arm. The chest is going to pick up the momentum, and that's going to create a nice soft touch around the greens, which is obviously a huge attribute. So probably look something like this.
Beautiful, beautiful shot. Now, how are you holding that tight, loose? Are your elbows loose and relaxed? So many people, they tighten up the closer they get to the greens.
That is so true. The reality is I barely have a hold of that club.
Really?
Gravity is my friend. I'm just letting this club fall, and then I'm picking up the momentum with a little support from my upper body. And tension completely ruins short game. So one of the things you'll see from greats, look at Tom Pernice, who's my first professional client. His lead arm is so soft that it has fold in it. And I mean, it's just really dangly. And if you ever see a great player, one of the primary things you notice is just how graceful they look. Look at any great chipper, Corey Pavin. Look at Ernie Els. I mean, they barely look like they have a hold of the club, and the club's just swinging naturally. And that's one of the keys to releasing the club, is just having a soft hold of the club and letting it swing on by. And one of the key issues there, Damon, is a lot of people have been taught, and erroneously so, to keep your hands ahead and not let them pass. If you watch great players, the club passes, their lead arm folds, it goes around their side, and the extension or cup is maintained in the left wrist. So it's not this. That just ruins the way the club performs. Once again, it's just simply soft arms, dangly club, finesse sequence.
Beautiful.
I read the break a little better that time.
And the body's just along for the ride, more or less, instead of controlling the motion?
The way I like to think of it is that what's the role of the hips? The role of the hips in a full swing is to generate force or speed. So you see a wide, strong stance, and you really see a dynamic movement there. The role of the hips in a short game shot is to provide stability and balance. So that they really get pulled around. So as the arms go, the chest picks up the momentum. The hips now get pulled around by the upper body turning. So they're really following the action instead of leading the action.
For folks who pick up your book, Your Short Game Solution, what is the time process like? How much time do they have to put in if they want to work and get better at a very difficult part of the game?
Right. Well, there's two components. First, there's a technical component, and that's quite easy, actually. If you just are operating with good information, I like to think that you can figure it out in a couple of weeks. The second component is skill development, which is what trajectory, what's my landing spot, how much break, controlling the energy relative to how much loft you've chosen. That takes time and reps, and more importantly, it takes the right type of training or focus in your practice to develop. And that obviously just builds on top of itself over time, as long as you're doing it the right way. But once again, I feel like most people have no clue how to really train effectively.
Let's see you hit one more, James. Just watching you, how relaxed your body is, I think that's really going to be helpful for the folks at home that get nervous when they get close to the green.
So one way to get less nervous, obviously, is start breathing. People start to hold their breath. So I'll start the nice cleansing breaths, dangly arms, no tension, up, let it fall, support it with a little upper body movement.
Look at that. Better every time.
See how soft and relaxed I am in the thing.
Soft and supple. James Sieckman, Your Short Game Solution. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you, sir.
All right, buddy.
Appreciate it.